the fear of the whole world. The elections in the USA are approaching and the world trembles at the possibility that Donald Trump wins and becomes president again. In the world there have always been, are and will be crazy people, bad people, narcissists and psychopaths who sign pacts with the devil, but not everyone wants to be president. What's more, Trump is already preparing a disaster at a political and social level, and all thanks to a sect of brainwashed people who support him, the evangelicals. These people are like a group of robots configured with artificial intelligence that obey without using human emotions to be able to understand if their decisions are potentially bad for humanity. It is only enough that their egocentric psychological needs are satisfied. Trump and his assistants try to change the world. They think they are doing God a favor by wanting to eliminate some or all human rights and impose laws that they consider to be biblical. Other groups of believers think differently. An example is taking away the right to vote from women. As if that were not enough, they have the right to decide whether or not they want to carry a pregnancy to term. They say they defend the lives of innocent fetuses, but they fight to maintain the Second Amendment and for all inhabitants to be able to own a devastating firearm, and for many crazy people to enter a school and kill small students. Statistics say that the number of abortions in the US is the same as the number of people killed with a firearm. As can be seen, there is an obvious hypocrisy. On the one hand, they shout freedom. They preach the love of God by giving human beings free will and the right to decide their destiny. On the other hand, they put themselves in the place of the Almighty, take away that divine gift, and try to make a free society into a country like the Taliban, where religion, which is nothing more than a bunch of laws made by men, is what governs the lives of 330 million Americans. Trump, who no longer has the right to be called sir because a law says that he loses that privilege upon being convicted. And that is why I call him by his first name. Together with his colleagues, he has prepared a 900-page project in which he expresses a horrible proposition to govern as a dictator, putting all his obedient friends in positions of power and executing laws imposed by himself, and thus take revenge on all his supposed enemies. Michael Cohen, Elizabeth Cheney, and many other lawyers and representatives of his own government already have the passport to emigrate to other countries because they know the danger they run if this mad, angry and unhappy human being, Trump, were to become president. Nothing indicates that he could win and become president again, but everything is prepared for a coup d'etat as long as the military obeys the commander of the forces. Of course, if you continue listening to people with a lot of knowledge but little intelligence, you will believe the opposite, because knowledge is having information. Intelligence, on the other hand, is knowing what to do with that knowledge. And if a person is weak-minded, he becomes convinced that the three wise men exist, and then he is not content with just believing, but also wants to convince the rest of humanity.